Get ready, Fresh Fam. It's time for the What to Watch Fall Horror Preview. Like we discussed last week, already in theaters is the long-awaited sequel, Beetlejuice, which is certified fresh on the tomato meter and soon to be verified hot from audiences, along with the psychological horror flick The Front Room starring Brandy Norwood. Check out that episode if you haven't already.
Just to remind you, I'm a vegetarian.
Our gift to you.
That is so...
Louise, doctor's orders.
As for looking ahead, in theaters this Friday the 13th, love that coincidence by the way, is the mystery thriller Speak No Evil. It stars James McAvoy and Mackenzie Davis and follows a family whose dream vacation turns into an absolute nightmare instead. It's actually a remake of the 2022 Danish film of the same name, which is certified fresh and was produced by horror aficionado Jason Blum via his Blumhouse Productions, both great signs.
Pretty girls should always smile.
In theaters Friday, September 20th is The Substance, which is considered a body horror film. It stars Demi Moore as an aging celebrity who takes a mysterious drug that creates a younger, better version of herself with more horrifying side effects. It also stars Margaret Qualley and Dennis Quaid. The Substance is already certified fresh after premiering at Cannes earlier this year, where it won Best Screenplay and got one of those famous 10-minute standing ovations. Can you imagine standing and clapping for that long?
Life's been hard on you boys since the world ended. But remember, one touch without a rope on is all it takes.
Another one in theaters on September 20th is the survival horror film Never Let Go. It stars Halle Berry as the matriarch of a family that has been haunted by an evil spirit for years, only for things to get even worse when one of her kids starts to question if the evil is real or not. It was directed by Alexander Aja, who's a stud in the horror genre with movies like The Hills Have Eyes, Piranha 3D, and Crawl.
Oh, hey, neighbor.
People can be cruel, I imagine.
All unhappiness in life comes from not accepting what is.
Big day on September 20th for horror because also opening in theaters is a black comedy and psychological thriller called A Different Man. It stars Sebastian Stan as a guy named Edward who, after having surgery to fix a genetic condition and start a new life, becomes obsessed with the actor who's playing Edward in a play about his life. The movie premiered at Sundance back in January and is fresh on the tomato meter, with critics praising its bold and provocative approach to serious themes.
Bagman?
It's an old spooky story Dad used to tell me and Liam to keep us in line.
Also in theaters on September 27th is the dark horror film Bagman. This one centers around a father who barely escaped a creepy mythical creature known as the Bagman during his childhood, only for it to return years later to go after his family. Legend has it that Bagman takes kids and stuffs them into his gross, rotting bag forever. The movie stars Sam Claflin, who we loved on that show, Daisy Jones and the Six, and also includes some familiar faces like Antonia Thomas and Stephen Cree. Hitting Netflix on Friday, October 4th is the satirical dystopian thriller The Platform 2. This Spanish film is the follow-up to, you guessed it, 2020's The Platform. You're so smart. Which is certified fresh and strong on the popcorn meter too. Number 2 returns to the same futuristic world where prisoners are housed in tower-style vertical cells, while a free-floating platform delivers food from top to bottom, leading to crummy leftovers and plenty of conflict. What a dope premise. Premiering on Shudder on Friday, October 4th is VHS Beyond, the 7th installment in the VHS franchise. Like those before it, this is a found-footage horror anthology movie with segments focusing this time on sci-fi to poke fun at the many classic horror franchises that inevitably take a sequel to space. Gotta love it. Among the directors for this one are actor Justin Long and longtime Scream queen Katie Siegel.
Who is this Santa? He's scaring my kid.
Yeah. He's scaring me too.
Opening in theaters on Friday, October 11th is the slasher film Terrifier 3. It was written and directed by Damien Leone and once again centered around his character, Art the Clown, only this time with a Christmas Eve setting. The movie follows Terrifier 2 from a couple years ago and will reintroduce the possessed survivor Victoria for the first two movies, but now in a bigger role. Gross. I mean, yes.
Pull it together and get back out there.
No, I will not let this thing
use me.
And finally, in theaters on Friday, October 18th, is yet another sequel in the form of Smile 2. This horror thriller is the follow-up to Parker Finn's 2022 hit Smile, this time starring Naomi Scott as a pop star who experiences some terrifying events right before she's about to go on tour. It also has some other recognizable talents like Rosemary DeWitt, Raul Castillo, and Kyle Gallner, the latter of which is reprising his role from the first movie. Holy horror, folks. It's going to be a fun fall. For the full list of our 2024 fall horror preview, go to RottenTomatoes.com, where you'll also get the latest updates on scores and reviews for everything we mentioned. And until next week, stay fresh.